Check this out, though. First of all, you throwing too many big words at me. Okay, now, because I don't understand them, I'm going to take them as disrespect. Watch your mouth and help me with the sale.
What up, family? It's your boy Amaru, and I am back from a 2-hour nap I took today. It's been a long time since I've had a nap that long, but hopefully I will wake up a little bit more. But of course I will, because I'm back. We're back with another episode of the Top 100 Hip Hop Songs of All Time. As always, I am joined by my man over here, Mr. Kolby Mack. Kolby, how you doing today, sir?
Yo, what up? It's your boy Kolby Mack, and I'm glad that we're back for another week. We're halfway there. Whoa!
Yes, sir. We are halfway there. I always go to you at this point when I need some energy because I know you're going to bring it every single time. As always, thank you to Andrew and Brooklyn for letting us use this channel. As always, from my movie notes and everything, go to Bite Size Breakdown, the YouTube channel, and bitesizebreakdown.com. You can see a couple of previous guests of this, Matt, Shaq, and a future guest, one Mr. Winston A. Marshall, as we break down the new Superman movie and our thoughts. Basically, for Black nerds, just blurred out and some shit. It's a funny video. Go check it out on that channel. Always with us as well. Mr. KB, the producer. KB, how are you feeling today, sir?
Doing all right. Cool vibes. Another day, another dollar.
It is what it is. Shades on inside as always, so you know it's cool vibes. And last but not least, the guest we have for this week. This man was actually someone I asked to see if he wanted to do this with me before I got started. But he is in the middle of finishing off his university. It's Canada. It's called university in Canada.
Yeah.
There you go.
University, college, both. Yeah.
Same thing. I know a lot of Canadians who know a lot about music. And this gentleman here, even though he is young and has a vastly different hip hop like taste than I do. This is one of the reasons I wanted him on here, at least for a week. Because when I found out that this man listened to it, I was like, yes. Dylan, how you feeling? How you feeling about being on the show today?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. Yeah, I mean, I love hip hop. I came around to it later, just because like I live in Canada, where it's not exactly played a lot on the radio station. But like in high school, I like started like doing a deep dive and getting really into like underground hip hop and stuff. I'll be honest, there's a lot of my hip hop taste tends to be like more modern stuff. So some of this was like kind of me educating myself. So I'm excited to talk about some of these songs. Yeah. Should be a good time.
Nice. That's one of the reasons why I wanted you on here. Different tastes, different age groups, trying to just see the different opinions on what we came up with. And speaking on what we came up with, you know what? I thought it was pretty apropos that this song in general came in smack dab at number 50. I feel like number 100 and number 50 are just pretty like conducive of what the list is all about. Like they're not the number ones, but ones you know they got to be on here. And this is one song that everybody knows. When you start, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. You know where we're going. It is Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby Got Back. I had it at number 86 for me. Kolby had it at 113. KB had it at 137. And one thing I'm going to mention first and foremost is every time I actually listen to this song, I forget how dope this beat is. Just how it goes in. And then Sir Mix-a-Lot, he's put up there with like and I'm not even gonna say up there. Let me just say up there with Vanilla Ice, and then where MC Hammer shouldn't be about like the one hit wonders, the guy you don't know. The dude can spit. The dude has always spit, and when you can come up with we talked about Get Low. We haven't talked about Juvenile yet, if we talk about him or not. But Baby Got Back is just a quintessential. Just we are going to love women and of everything about Black women in general. I specifically love LA Face with the Oakland Booty. It's just the beat, the lyrics, his flow, and the absolute just vibe that he puts with this song. It's timeless. I am not too much of a fan of Nicki's little switch on it, but it's not horrible. Not when you're coming off of this, but I absolutely love the song. It gets people hyped. It makes people happy. It's number 50. Of course. Kolby, you got it at 113. Speak on, we've spoken on I Love Women this entire series. So let's just keep it going. And what Sir Mix-a-Lot does with that.
It's impossible not to smile, right? As a kid, when this came out, I was like, yo, you're talking about booties. And then, of course, the iconic music video of all the different rumps that are available and all the different shapes and sizes. And you have a song that's celebrating one of the most amazing body parts that is so alluring to the eye that it's hard to ever ignore. And when you can be able to take something as iconic as a derriere, to be able to marry it to a song that truly stands the test of time, it has to be elevated to the spot. And you know what? Is it technically like a fantastic song? Is it going to have bars that impress you or try to like just make you feel something? No, the only thing you feel is in the frontal cortex of your eyes. That's it. Connected to your brain, the seared image of the roundness of booty to some really fun music. Like, it's almost if you have a house party, when will you ever not play Baby Got Back, right? Like, that's this a nostalgic must do. So we celebrate it.
And you spoke about it doesn't make you feel something. I mean, you feel a lot of different things. But lyrically, like when you actually listen to what he does, the way he switches up flows from one part to the next, you got to call and response. He speeds it up and slows it down. I think this is an overrated, actually well-made hip-hop song just because of the gimmick of it all. And definitely why it's got to be on this list. KB, you had it at 137, sir. Speak on it being on the being the old head here, knowing what it was like when it came out.
I enjoyed. It was one of the music videos that I enjoyed the most. Like,
I mean, yeah,
I could enjoy the song by itself, but the video definitely I would go to more so when I hear this song, just because the visuals. And I ain't even just talking about like, well, like, yeah, I guess I am talking about the ass, but also like it's just kind of funny how he just he really made such an entertaining song without making it too, I guess, risque even at that time. Just make a really fun song about celebrating, ass, especially black ass, because I mean, those are the ones that had the ass, right?
100%.
I will say though that this song, as I mean, Kobe pretty much touched on everything. There was something that I was reminded of while he was talking about it, and I kind of am ashamed of myself that I don't think it's on the list. Because this song gave me the same energy and vibe as Tone Loc's Wilding.
Yeah.
Like the a catchy, unforgettable beat with an interesting theme.
That little
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
guitar riff and everything. Like, I feel like that song should definitely be on this list. But yeah, Baby Got Back kind of gave me that same energy and vibe as that song. So it was only natural that it made the list, and that it kind of stood the test of time.
Tone Loc shout out. I love it. Surf Ninjas is one of my favorite movies growing up, so always love that. Yes, Dylan, I love that this is the first song you get to speak on while being on here, sir. Speak on Baby Got Back and the iconicness of this one.
Yeah, so I mean, this is it's funny because I've heard this song obviously like 1,000 different times, like because it's been like played a lot in like movies and everything. And going into this, I think this is actually the first time I've ever just like searched it out and played it myself because I've just heard it everywhere else. And I'm like going into this, I'm like, am I really going to be able to take this seriously? And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is Baby Got like it's not a very serious song to begin with, so I'm like, whatever, just enjoy it, have a good time. And yeah, I mean, it's impossible to have a bad time with this song. It's just, yeah, like everyone said, it's a celebration of ass. I like ass, so I like the song. It's good stuff.
I gotta be honest with you. Talking about this, why is it not a song like a celebration of titties? Like, personally, I'm a breast man. I'm trying to think of a song as faithful to booty, and we have plenty of songs that are faithful to booty, but not the titties. That doesn't sit well with my spirit.
Kobe, you gotta write it. You gotta put it out.
Here we go.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if you're a singer. I don't know if you're a rapper. Whatever you want to do. Maybe you just write it and float it out there. Figure it out. I don't know. But it'll definitely be big because breasts are always also nice as well. I don't deny that. Not one bit. But yeah, number 50, Baby Got Back. It's one that has been everywhere, on everything, traveled everywhere. So I found it very fitting that this hit number 50. We're gonna move on to number 49. I recently so I go on a boys trip with the guys I did TFA, Teach for America, with every year. Last year, I finally went to Madison Square Garden, and I swear to my goodness that every freaking corner Empire State of Mind was on.
With the 360 cameras.
With the 360 cameras. Absolutely everywhere. So I will be honest, this might have hearing it so much might have lowered where I put it on this list because I was so damn sick and tired of it. Because I have it at 130. KB, you have it at 178, but Kolby, you have it at 17. So speak on why you got it so high. This is the first Jay-Z song we have on the list so far, which is kind of surprising, but not surprising because it's Jay-Z, so he should be higher. But also, we've had a bunch of Nas, we've had a couple DMXs, but this is the first actual showing of arguably the GOAT, depending on some people, not depending on other. We'll see what people think. Speak on Empire State of Mind, man, and tell me whether or not you think Alicia can sing.
Okay, Alicia can absolutely sing. That damn kid of hers stole some of her talent, right? It doesn't take away from how effective that she is, okay? Understand, I remember the first time when I heard Girlfriend on that Hot 97 summer list, I think it was the summer of 2000. I played the hell out of that CD. And there's just this allure of Alicia Keys. So you have her icon status, then married to Jay, and we can all agree this is not Jay's best song. It's not even his top 10. However, I think that there's a difference between best and greatest. And like Rue just found out, when you go to New York right now, this is the official soundtrack kickoff of entering the atmosphere of New York. It's undeniable. The way that I structured my 200 and subsequently the 100 is taking some of the artists that I knew for a fact I could not live without, and I broke it down to assessing 4 to 6 different records that speak the most to me in my 100, and this, because of its greatness, had to be on there. One, I have Alicia Keys as a top 5 R&B songstress of all time. I do not have her as a top 5 vocalist in regards to just skill of singing. But as an artist, let me tell you something. Songs of A Minor, Diary of Alicia Keys, these are some of the greatest albums of all time. As I Am, that's top 10, son. And I dare anybody to fight me. You'll lose. But just this song, New York, there's something operatic about it, right? There's something that's super grand and it speaks to the majesty of New York, not state, New York City. The 5 boroughs. I'm from Yonkers, the unofficial 6th borough. Matter of fact, Yonkers is more of a borough than Staten Island, okay? And anybody from Long Island, fuck you. No, I'm just playing. But listen, this song is hard and that everybody can be able to come around. This is a champion, a crowning song. We're about to do some majesty shit, and I love it, and it's great.
Yeah, KB, go ahead, man. Speak on Empire State of Mind.
I ain't really got nothing to talk with Kolby or even match it, honestly. As a Jersey head, we couldn't escape that song either. It was an anthem, honestly. Not an anthem in a way where, I wouldn't say it's something that people run to because it's very specific to the region, right? So it's not something that you would really hear in a club or anything outside of that area, right? But it's a respected song nonetheless. It paints a picture of the energy, the vibe, the spirit of New York, right? So just off of that alone, it's props to them too. Alicia kind of fell off in my top 10 the minute she got with Bird Boy. Bird, aka Bird Boy, aka Eagle Nose.
Man's nose is very long. It's very long.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I also agree with Kolby. It's definitely not one of Jay-Z's best songs, but it's definitely one of those songs that made a statement. about a place that he's from, and yeah, that's it.
Dylan, what you think about the song? I'm assuming this is like that hit it around the time you might have been. Were you in high school yet? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Not in high school, no. I was in like
Young as
middle
hell.
school.
Young as hell.
Very young.
Oof.
Very young. Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the biggest accomplishments a song can do is when it can make you feel nostalgic for a place that you've never been. Because I listen to this song and I'm like, man, I miss New York. And then I'm like, Dylan, you've never been there. What are you talking about? So, but yeah, it's a fantastic song. I also just miss like with like the modern like hit songs these days. It's like you don't get songs often that are like this grandiose, like in terms of production and like just anthemic. So it's like, because it's like you hear like 2 seconds of this song and you're immediately like, let's go. Like 2 seconds of the chorus, it'll be stuck in your head for the next week. Like it's so catchy and just it's fantastic.
Yeah. KB, you talked about it. It wasn't played in clubs outside of New York. I was in the Bay when this came out, and this shit was everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Also in the clubs, the ones I was actually going to, I didn't go to. I hated going to clubs even then. Whatever. But when I did, or when I went back to Oxnard, and this thing was everywhere. The piano riff on this, making you feel like they try to channel a little bit of Billy Joel. I understand, and it is not lyrically like Jay-Z at his finest, but it's Jay-Z bragging about his city. It is. You got the verse in the beginning where he's just talking about like what y'all talked about, stepping off of the plane, feeling the vibe, like feeling the gist of New York, talking different blocks, different cities. You got the second one where I feel like it's more of his if Jesus paying LeBron, I'm playing Dwayne Wade. You come up and you hustle and you the big boss out there. This is what you gonna feel like. And then the third one is the cautionary tales. Lights is blinding. Girls need blinders so they don't step out of bounds quick. The sideline is lined with casualties. Like even at his not quote unquote not best, the man is ridiculous. Just painting the picture in that last verse of the young ladies and young men who come here and get swallowed by the city. But even swallowed by the city, it's just a vibe, it's a feeling. And yeah, I was, my brother was especially in love with Alicia Keys when she came out, and being the younger brother, I copied everything he did. Honestly, I just did. So Alicia Keys has always also been, you're right, Songs of A Minor is a classic. What was the second album again?
Diary of
Alicia Keys is probably even better. Like, and you're right, as a songwriter, as a composer, and she does it well enough. She continues to carry the vibe. She's also like, she also carries that vibe of when of course she married Swiss, because she seemed like the girl around the way with the braids and the jean complete outfit, just everything. So they encompass what like anybody repping your city. This is, again, it is the anthem. But I swear, the last night in New York, they did karaoke and somebody picked the song. I was like, enough of this shit. Enough of this shit. Every single block has those damn 360 cameras. You play the damn song. It's everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. It's crazy, but it doesn't diminish how great the song is. It really is. So first Jay-Z song. Tell you now, it's not going to be the last Jay-Z song, or at least not the last song Jay-Z is in, for sure. But the next one, it is going to be the first and only time we're going to see this group. And I will say, I have heard this song throughout my lifetime, but I've never like sat and listened to it for real. Probably until this last year. I just knew how good it was based off of word of mouth. And every time I listened to it, I was like, yeah. That'll be 93 Till Infinity. Based on the Souls of from the Souls of Mischief. I had it at 56, Kolby at 109. KB, I was coming to you in the first place. I don't know what the face looks for at, but I'm gonna give it to you to explain why you're like, wait, what's going on here?
Wait. You said you had never heard the song?
No. I've heard the song.
Okay.
My entire hip hop listening life, I've heard the song. I know the song, but I never really sat down with it.
Okay.
It was probably before I even had this. It was this year that I was like, why have I not put this in and put this in my rotation? I actually sat down with the song this year, but I've always known about the song. I've always heard it. Which honestly, I'll say this song fits the vibe of a lot of the songs we have this week. Just absolute classics. But yeah, KB, you had it at 155. I'm gonna go to you first this time.
This kind of touches on something we talked about. I don't know if we talked about it in the last episode we did or the one before, where we were talking about one-hit wonders, and this the longevity of the songs that they put out. This is one of those songs that I was surprised really lasted well past 93. Like it was almost like they put a spell on this song for it to really go on until infinity. Like sometimes when I watch certain shows or when I go on YouTube and an ad will pop up, sometimes this song will be playing in the background and it's like, dang, I need to spin that song again. We also kind of talked about how what was that song? Electric what? By
Electric Relaxation by Tribe.
Right, Electric Relaxation. This is another one of those songs that kind of go into that same lane of just like, a really chill vibe. They're not talking anything crazy. It's just something to vibe to. It's a life track. You know what I mean? And every one of them was spitting their short. The one dude on that group that I liked the most for some odd reason was Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I don't know what it was about him that drew me to him. Maybe because of he was one of those rappers that had like a kind of weird, offbeat rhyming style. But yeah, man, this is definitely one of those songs where it's just like the vibe was so vibey it couldn't be denied since it came out.
Yeah, and not surprisingly, Del is probably the most known out of the crew. Yeah, he went on to have a pretty at least localized or at least underground success.
Without trying, I feel like he did that effortlessly too.
Yeah. With that, Dylan, I'm gonna go to you next. Had you heard the song before coming in? Yeah, of course, because it did last through infinity, as KB mentioned.
Yeah, it has this is definitely like a timeless song. Like it doesn't feel like dated at all. You could put it on whenever, just never get tired of it. I love that like you were saying with the chill, very chill vibe. It's like it's simultaneously very laid back but also very frantic at the same time, because it does have like a high high tempo to it, excuse me. And like just like with how they're constantly switching verses and like passing it back and forth, like it's not just like one verse, 2 verse, 3 verses, like they're constantly trading back and forth, and that adds to like the like very frantic energy to it. And yeah, just a lot of fun. I think Del, like to add on to that, like Del the Funky Homo Sapien has had like one of the more underrated careers in hip hop. Like when you look at his discography as a whole, like Deltron 3030 I think is also like a classic in the underground hip hop genre. So like yeah, I mean it's crazy that he didn't get more attention after this, because this was such a huge song. But yeah, definitely his music should be checked out more, I feel like, by the general public.
Yeah, for sure. Kolby, you had this at 109, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I can just recall leaving home from school, getting off the bus in second grade, running to go play Super Nintendo, putting this music in the background. Got no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Like, I'm 7 years old. However, this is definitely one of the most chill beats, like, of all time. You could put this in the background of almost anything, and it automatically transports you like a time capsule to 1993. There wasn't a care in the world. You couldn't tell me what war was going on. All I know is that I just wanted to chill. I wanted to not be doing homework, not be doing schoolwork. I'm either outside making a fort, climbing a tree, playing video games, and I could respect this, revisit it later as an adult, and now I can kind of understand what they was talking about. Still truly don't know what they were talking about. You could have told me this was the Beastie Boys, because this, once again, I couch my West Coast bias, but this didn't sound like that particular West Coast sound, right? There's like what you're talking about, brother. Like there's a mania to this, and like in its structure, like that is like superseding, excuse me, that where the chill is still superseding of it, right? Like, so it's like that is like paramount throughout. The vibe is so good. Like, this is just, there's something that's relaxing about it, but it still is that franticness in like how they're spitting, and it don't sound like no hyphy shit. So that's what's up.
Yeah, for me, another thing we bring up is whether or not a song was on NBA Street or NBA Live, and this is 100%. You play the opening title card of NBA Street, whether it's Volume 2 or Volume 1 or Volume 2. This beat was on there. This is the beat to any like hood classic coming of age movie where everybody's kids and they're just you got the wide shot of LA or Compton or anywhere, and this is it. This is 100% it. And you talked about I did not know these cats was from the Bay. So again, living in the Bay, coming back, I hear it. I hear the cadence, I hear the accents, I hear the back and forth. They are they sound like Loonies. They sound a lot more like Loonies than what I would have known growing up, because I've been immersed in that area for so long. So I'm like, oh yeah, but it doesn't sound like a lot of the West Coast hip hop that we grew up on at that time. And yeah, you said it. It's nostalgia in a capsule. And it literally is going to be till infinity. I don't think that there's ever going to be a time where you can't put this on and everybody just chilling, relaxing. And again, I couldn't tell you a line off of this song, except this is how we chill from 93 till. After that, I'm vibing 100%. But this is one of those ones very similar to a lot of the ones we're going to be talking about today that just you put on, if you've listened to hip hop in any way, shape, or form, more than just casually, you know what this song is. You've heard of it before, and it's something to rock with. So yeah, definitely a good spot. Definitely very happy it's under 50. We're gonna move on to number 47. And Dylan, I'm gonna start with you, and I'm just gonna really quick before we do that. Bar, I'm sorry. I'm very, very, very sorry, because I know this is your number 2 hip hop song of all time. But yes, we only have They Reminisce Over You at number 47. Yeah. I had it at 24. Kolby has it at 124. KB has it at 167. But Dylan, I'm going to go to you first, because this is another classic that I think a whole lot of people know about. Let us know what you think about They Reminisce Over You.
Well, you brought it up on the last song we were talking about, 93 Till Infinity, and I actually I was looking for it because when I saw that this song was on the list, I had to go find it. NBA Street Volume 2. This was my introduction to this song, and since then, this is like a top 10 hip hop song for me of all time. Like, for me, it's probably like my favorite. If I had to pick like a list of favorite hip hop beats of all time, I think Pete Rock's instrumental on this with that saxophone loop is just like glorious. Like, it's fantastic. I remember I would load up NBA Streets Volume 2 and just this song would come on in the main menu, and I wouldn't even play the game. I'd just bounce around the room listening to the song as a kid. I just it's so good. And I mean, like, yeah, it's only gotten better with time as I like grown up and like actually break down what CL Smooth is like talking about in his lyrics. It's like really, really good storytelling. So yeah, this is an all-timer for me. A bit low, I'd say, on the list, but I get it. There's so many good hip hop songs, but yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's number 24 for me. Anything in like top 25 for it on my personal list, maybe even top 30, is arguably a top 10 song for somebody. I will say anybody who's watching who has watched this will listen to Bar and Brooklyn stuff. I debated against the use of this beat that Lupe did for Around My Way. And even like there's something about like when Lupe used it, it just felt like it's good, but it doesn't feel the same as this. Like, again, that saxophone loop, the way that Pete Rock is able to put this together, it is timeless. It is a classic. I know I said 93 Till Infinity with NBA Streets, but I can remember sitting in my boy Daryl's house, watching him and my other friend playing, waiting for them to choose team, and this beat just going over and over. You're right. We didn't play it. We just let it play. We just let the beat rock, because this is probably this is legit top 10 hip hop beat ever made. Point blank period to me. This would 100% be up one of the first things I think of when it's there, or one of the first 5. But then you go over to CL Smooth and everything he's talking about. Like when you talk about storytelling and going into somebody's life, and the fact that the title itself, which like I need to just very quickly ramble and correct myself here because I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. But the fact that the title itself is Trouble T. Roy. They reminisce over you. The antonym for that, just dedicating the song here, going through, and it's not even till the third verse where he starts talking about how he met him fighting outside of Big Lou's in the street. How many stories have you heard where like the best friend of friends started out, they fought each other, and then they come back and be like, "You all right? You good? Yeah," and then they just have that connection from then on out. But like lines like you can hear his head banging on the wall in the next room. You could see your grandfather just in the rocking chair, asleep and just knocking his head. Just all the different things. Running our own business like my Aunt Joyce, is going through his family members and his mom and how young she was when she has kids. Just to be able to, I feel like I know CL Smooth's life on a song that is not even 4.5 minutes. I know his entire family. I know the relationship he has with this dude. I know the relationship he has with his mom. And it is just, this is quintessentially what hip hop can do for you. That's how it can open a door into the life and the feeling and everything that goes into it. It is a timeless classic for a reason. One of and when I say few, I mean few because there are millions of hip hop songs. Yeah, there are millions of hip hop songs that are there, but one of the few that matches the classic and timeliness of the production with the classic and timeliness of the verses and puts them together perfectly. Absolutely love this song. I think it is also just up there. That's why I have it so high. Kolby, you, sir, had it at 124. Speak on another one of the classics that I think everybody has heard at one point in time.
Yeah, and I think we're at that place where there's not going to be a cut that we're going to celebrate that's not a classic. I think uniquely this particular song really highlights, I can't even call it motif. It's almost unfair to even call it a subgenre because the way that hip hop was evolving, there was this splintering, right? Where you're getting, in this particular time of the early 90s, like you can lean towards gangster rap, you can lean towards that, like that conscious, this kind of leads a little bit different because it's taken the pioneering beats of like jazz and hip hop, like melding together. And truly, you're right, it is one of the dopest beats of all time. Everything that's being talked about in this song is about like struggle, but then also it's really uplifting at the same time. Like it's really doing a really great job of like creating that balance while being really effective, like with the lyricism. It's one of these songs that it's so emblematic of a very specific time, yet we could just keep playing it and playing it. And it's one of those songs that just puts you in such like this positive disposition. Like, honestly, it may be a little hyperbolic, but I imagine on the front lines of war, if this is playing, everybody just got to take a beat and be like, let's wait till the song's over.
I wouldn't be surprised. KB, I'll be honest, when you gave me your list and I saw it was 167, I was like, damn. I'm very surprised at where you placed this. But it's on the list anyway. It's on the list anyway because it's kind of undeniable. Speak on it, man.
Yeah, and it was tough for me to even put it there. I might have actually put it there by mistake. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay.
Because when I first started listening to hip hop on the radio, after like maybe 2 years of being in this country, this was one of the songs where I was trying my damnedest to get it recorded on tape. And for those too young to know what cassette tapes were, there was this little device, there was these little plastic things with tape reels inside, and you put it in the radio, and you'd wait for the song to come on the radio, and you hit record on your radio player, and you record the song. Okay, you could Google the rest. But yeah, like that song was so amazing to me because it was as a foreigner too. It was telling me, this guy was telling me his story, not just his experience, but the experiences of others. through one of what I think we all can agree, definitely one of the most fire beats in hip hop history. Like, period. Like, there really isn't no argument there. Where you would put that on the list of um, fire beats, that's up for debate. But I would say if you say anything less than top 10,
What you
I don't
mean?
know. I can't really talk to you, right? If you say anything less than top 10 for this particular beat, I can't have a conversation with you. That's just what it is. Um, I also said to myself, like at that time, that I wanted to hear more from CL Smooth specifically. Um, but it's like Kobe was saying, right? This was and this happens. I'd say this happens generationally, like maybe every 5 to 10 years, where the genre of the music kind of splinters off into different factions, and different themes and stuff like that. And this was a song at the time that was in that splintering phase, right? So it could be because um, of that splintering phase that he probably wasn't as his music wasn't heard as much, or he didn't put out that much because of label support or whatever the case may be. But again, if you want to call him a one hit wonder, I wouldn't call CL Smooth a one hit wonder. But if you ask somebody uh, about this song, even if they don't know who Pete Rock and CL Smooth is, which I don't, there could be various reasons why you don't, age gap and all that other stuff. But if you would have played this song, I guarantee you they would have heard this somewhere. 1000%.
Content.
You've heard this song somewhere. Um, yeah. Again, I don't think I purposely put this at 167. It should be a lot higher in my list. Um, I probably would have it at 47 actually. Um, but I'm just glad that it made the list.
Yeah, 100%. And I always wonder what makes like producers put that little thing in the beginning, that little completely different beat before it fades out and comes into this. But you hear that and you're like, all right, let me get myself prepared for this. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. Yeah, man. So it's not the first time, KB, you're like, why the hell did I do this? But it doesn't matter. It's here under top 50. So I like that. We're going to go over to another song probably that came out around that time. And even though I have it higher, I might be the least versed in it. It's going to be Me, Myself, and I by De La Soul. And Kolby, you had it at 119, sir. I'm going to start with you here. You had it the lowest of the three of us. Talk on Me, Myself, and I, man.
It's absolutely respectable. I think of a lot of the songs that were happening around this time. The biggest thing that it had going for me, it's got a really catchy chorus. Like it's got a funky beat. It's definitely not like in the hallowed halls like the beats that we just talked about. But it's absolutely one of those songs where like you just kind of connect with, you rock. It's great house party music, and like I kind of love that time. One of my favorite top 10 movies of all time is House Party, like single greatest hangout kids teen film of all time. It's weird, you don't think of it as a teen movie because everybody looks old as shit, but like but it's absolutely a movie about teenagers in high school. And like that's what I get transported. So like I kind of rep it for that. I think it's a fun song. It didn't crack my personal 100, but knowing that it was going to be elevated enough, look, it cracks to be in the top 50. So that's what's up.
KB, you had it at 105, sir.
Yeah. I'm not really mad that it's at 46 here. I do enjoy this song from time to time. It's definitely not one of my go-to tracks by De La Soul. This was definitely a party joint, at least from what I remember going to like house parties where people were significantly older than me. I like that, after all this time, De La Soul got their proper respect and just due. Because them brothers wasn't really they came out. they still kind of came out in a time where hip hop wasn't doing well financially. It was really all for the art, right, and for the love. Um, and these guys kind of fell through the cracks as many other great MCs at the time. When it came to the rewards and stuff like that that they should get for being the type of artists that they are, you know. Um, there was something else that I wanted to say about the song, but it just escaped me. But yeah, um, I'm not mad where it's at. Same chill kind of vibe, a little more boppy, a little more tapping your feet, you know what I mean? But yeah, just another great track by that group.
Yeah.
I will say an absolutely great sample. Like,
oh, 100%.
Great sample, right? It doesn't do a lot to it to like really switch it up. So it's like it's leaning in on the funk is doing the heavy lifting of this very syncopated. Like they're kind of like monotone with a
and that was kind of the a lot of the people's problem with the group overall. They just felt like they were spoken word artists as opposed to rap artists. And there was a lane for that, back then. But I think, again, speaking to what you said earlier, Kolby, about the splintering of the genre or the subgenres of hip hop, those were one of the ones that, again, just kind of gradually got pushed to the wayside despite the culture still having love for them.
Yeah, what was that that rap collective that like them, Tribe, I believe it was in New School.
Queen Latifah was on there.
Queen Latifah. There's even a bar from one of the groups in a song that talks about it. And I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna say De La Soul as a part of that collective is probably the group I listen to the least. And I will say that thank you, bar Native Tongues. Yes, Native Tongues. The Native Tongues. Like I feel like this song really highlighted how they were there's somewhat of a bridge between the old 80s like stars, the real monosyllabic, really simple bars, moving into the more complicated stuff. So listen to this again. I'm like, you can hear the influence from the 80s and really simple rhyme patterns, but it's a little bit more than that. And I'll say first, however you pronounce his name, rest in peace to Pazanos. How do you pronounce the dude's name that passed? Puzdanus, something like that. The light-skinned brother. He passed away a couple years ago. But the thing about De La, they never went away. Like the fact that they are the hip hop artist on Feel Good Inc. from the Gorillaz, and don't sound anything like they sound here, showing like the range of talent. But I'll say this reminds me a lot of how Keenan and Kel used Parliament on Good Burger movie. Just the same beat, and it's just so damn funky. And I like this is probably the song I know most people who like De La Soul or listen to De La Soul know of them. Dylan, you go ahead, sir. You talk about Me, Myself, and I.
Yeah, so this is probably, I think De La Soul in general is like one of my like bigger blind spots in my hip hop knowledge, just because I grew up in the like streaming age, and I think their music was like previously like unavailable on streaming for like a really long time. So like this is one of the songs I think I had heard because instantly when I put this on, I was like, the synth sample that came on, I was like, I've definitely heard that before, but still very new song to me, I feel like. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. It's one that like yeah, you said that the verses aren't like anything too complex or anything like that. It's kind of like, but it didn't really bother me. It almost like they almost ended into the track in a way that I found enjoyable. Like it almost like they felt like another instrument on the beat, which I'm fine with. They just kind of fit the vibe. It was a lot of fun, very funky. Yeah, don't have much else to add. Good song.
Yeah, 100%. So we're gonna move on. Dylan, now you got some work to do. Yes. We do have a tie, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you talk on the first one first, give you some time to think as we go through the second one, and I'm going to hit you last. So first, I'm going to just go one of my favorite songs of all time. First song we're going to talk about, The Far Side, Passing Me By. Go ahead, Dylan. I'm going to let you start off and then give you some time to think when we go into the next one on top of that. Speak on what you felt on Passing Me By.
I was a big fan of this. Yeah, I've the little bit of The Far Side that I've heard, I want to listen to a lot more because they have a vibe that I really enjoy. It's like very like psychedelic sort of. Like I don't personally do drugs, but I feel like this would be a good song to do that too. I feel like it'd be a good time. But yeah, just like the instrumentation is just fantastic. And like, yeah, again, it's another one where like I don't really pay much attention to the lyrics or what they're saying all that much, but I do love the hook, which is like very wild and like expressive, and I found that it added a lot to like the character of the song. Yeah, just a really good song, and yeah, I want to check out more Far Side. I don't know if Runnin' is on the list, but I'm also a big fan of that song as well, since I have the opportunity to say that on this forum. But yeah.
Yeah, Runnin' and Drop are two of my other favorite songs from them. But I have this at 22. And you said you don't listen to what song. You didn't really listen to what they were saying. One of the reasons this is so high on my list, and I think one of the best hip hop songs ever made, is because I think if you do sit down and listen to the lyrics on top of the psychedelic, extremely great production they have on this might be one of the most relatable songs of all time. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. I don't care where you're from. But the fact that there is a crush right over there, and you just cannot get the strength to just go ahead and say it. And when you do, she's already got somebody, or like it's too late, or they put you down to like from the first one of a young kid simping on his teacher, because we all know we've had that teacher that is just fine as hell. And I like to think that it's like a teacher assistant, so it's not creepy, or it's a college professor and a college student, so it's not like that's why he always brought the apple, and they were old enough to like for that would work out. To the two who share the second verse, especially the one where before he goes to the guy at the end of the verse where he's like, born to understand, by letting her pass, I proved to be a better man. The first guy learning like, yo, letting her go is actually doing me well. Letting her go is doing me a good thing. But Fat Lip, that last verse is one of my favorite verses ever. Just point blank, period. One, I married an Ethiopian. Then there she goes again, the dopest Ethiopian. It's just one, life. Second, one of my favorite songs by Joe is connected to one of my favorite underrated comedies of all time called Double Take. Orlando Jones, Eddie Griffin, and the song that came out with that was Joe and Mystical. My dear, you do not know me, but I know you very well. I heard that song first. And then I got word of Passing Me By, and I heard Fat Lip do that, and I was like, wait, run that shit back. This is where this is from? This is where this is. The amount of like, and he uses the word in the verse, the amount of simping that's going on, but you don't feel like he's a punk. You just feel like you're a dude who likes a girl, but damn, it's so hard to let people know. And then when he writes that letter, and it says the letter came back 3 days later, return to sender. Damn. You hear that damn in the depths of your soul. After that verse, I absolutely can run that verse alone back to back to back to back, not only with the content, but the flow in which he puts everything together, his rhyme patterns and rhyme schemes. It's just, I think, a masterfully put together song and a masterfully put together ending to cap a song that you are just fully into when you really sit down and you're like, shit, I know that feeling. I absolutely know that feeling. Kolby, you had this at 116, sir. Speak on it. And have you ever had a love lost or love not not fulfilled.
Bro, I trapped like half of the 2nd and 3rd grade class in the cafeteria, and I said, I'm not letting y'all out till Sophia Bledsoe comes out and says she's gonna be my girlfriend. Sophia, if you are out there listening to this, that was in like, that was 2nd grade. There may still be time for us. There's something about this song that when I remember hanging upside down from the top bunk, because I thought it was cool as shit because they did this upside down. Like, okay, in regards to just beats, this is hard, right? Yeah, it's a simp anthem, but it's also hard. And most people didn't take it as a simp anthem because back in the day, men used to take rejection fairly well. You turned into music, right? You channel your pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on who you talking to.
Fairly well. Some people did it fairly well. Now the song is just like, it's a vibe, right? It definitely does. I wouldn't know. I was a part of the DARE program, so I didn't want to like smoke weed or do any illicit drugs. But there's something about this song that kind of put you in this trance and be like, you know what? To get over this girl, I just need to take those candy cigarettes you used to get from the corner store. Just man, these 2nd grade bitches.
Again, taking rejection really well. Really well.
Sorry, Sophia.
KB, you had this at 157, man.
I never looked at this as a simp song, although back then we used the words, sucker for love, ass trick, or just sucker for those simps that existed back in them days when this song came out. But and this was also still a time where machismo, uber masculinity was still a thing, especially in the hip hop community, right? And songs like this, let me not say songs like this, but songs on this topic weren't really made popular. And I think because they weren't produced well, honestly and truthfully. This song was produced exceptionally well. They picked the right beat. They formulated the right words to paint a vivid picture that a lot of men, young men at that time, could relate to, like vividly. And I think, and even if a lot of men related to that song back then, they still weren't bold enough to be like, yeah, I felt that. Not unless you was part of that, spoken word, backpack, snap your fingers community. Unless, anybody outside of that community could still relate to the words being spoken in that song. I think just like Busta Rhymes and Scenario, that my dear, you do not know me, but I know you very. That part right there really like shot that song up even higher. In my
By the way, the song, the Joe song is called Stutter. I just could
stutters.
Yeah, sorry. And taking took the beat and it was just beautiful. Sorry, Kate.
But yeah, like just the way that video was put together, them hanging upside down, them telling each individual story about like, trying to get that girl, and her just being out of their reach or just being rejected. Like, man, like I honestly and truthfully, I really feel like this is a song that should be played more often. Not just for the sake of like knowing the history of music and the genre, but like also showing the younger generation that you could put together a song and be vulnerable and it still be fire. If you
go hard.
And go hard, as long as you're being true to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is definitely, and again, I don't know why I had it that low at 157. That might have been a mistake as well. But I'm not mad at the position that is sitting right now with, between 44 and 45. This is definitely a hip hop classic.
Absolute classic. And thinking about what's coming ahead, we from here on out, it's just a hit after hit after hit. And speaking on it, I think last week We talked about it a lot in a couple of weeks ago as well. Farside is very underrated for their videos. Like, you watch Drop and they do that. They did the whole video backwards. Just watch Farside videos, watch Farside songs. It's just
that was a well put together video as well. Like, I'm so glad that you even brought that up, because that was a very slept on video.
100% slept on song. Like, they're
song too, yeah.
Period.
But like the way they did that whole backwards thing, like, yeah,
it's crazy. And I know it's not the song we're talking about, but it reminds me of like of it coming on a bunch on Rap City The Basement. And the first time I saw it, I was like, wow, what is this? Yeah, crazy. This song, this group, and again, that last verse, man, just hits every fucking time. Every time. So Dylan, the song, you're going to have to decide which one's going to be 44, which is going to be 45. Speaking of videos that we all know and love, probably one of Timbaland's greatest beats ever. Get Your Freak On, Missy Elliott. I have it at 73. Kolby had it at 49. KB at 173. Kolby, I'm going to go to you first. You had it at the highest. Get Your Freak On. I don't know if you heard my wife, but she's yelling out there.
Yeah, no. The layers that are just like, if we just focus on the music, like just the beat, it's one of the most sickest composed like hip hop beats ever. There's so much instrumentation done that I don't know what to call any of these things. Like, I don't even know how you can what is a descriptor that you know where to like call this back to, right? Like, I swear, I feel like that the art of producing there should be like tons of documentaries on it that it's widely available to folks, because I don't get how it happens. Like, what is going on just phonically inside of these people's brains to make this? This is some like high level shit. And then to be able to match this beat with Missy and then deliver one of the dopest music videos of all time. Like, one of the most grossest things that you can be able to do is spit on someone. And we all did. In your face, open your mouth, give it a taste.
And it wasn't even on him. It was in the dude's mouth. In the dude's mouth.
We all like the way that you can jump onto this song and it's so inviting to just dance. And as a dude from New York, when it's just like, one, can't nobody really do choreography like Missy does and stuff like that. We weren't doing this in the club, but like we just all made it work and we all felt a part of it. Like, this truly was, I'm not going to call it an anthem, but like this was like contemporary hip hop party music that didn't feel like it cast anybody aside. We were all invited. This is just like effortlessly dope. And I think even though The Rain is like quintessential Missy, in that next era of her artistry, this is what like really took off.
Yeah. I think this is maybe my highest Missy song. I'm gonna double check when KB goes, but like between this, Rain, Gossip Folk, Work It, this has always been the song. Like, I think this is the one. Work It might be her most popular. This is the one that did catapult her. That this is
and I think this also brought back camos. Like, we all, when this song came out, it was camos and like and to be able to wear like long johns underneath them. Like, that was like the style.
Fam, I was living in Chicago at the time. I needed long all the time because it was freezing fucking cold out there. Freezing cold. So I lived with long johns. But no, I remember again using another song to talk about this song. I remember when Timbaland came out with Bubba Sparks and Ugly came out, and he switched the beat at the end with Ugly from that to this and went back and forth just to highlight how great of a fucking producer he is. And then like at the end of this song, when he strips away whatever that string that possibly Asian string instrument is, you hear the really fast drum in the background that you don't hear until that strips away. And then Missy being Missy, again, the queen of not talking about nothing, but talking about everything at the same time. This song is just there for that, bringing back, taking Ja Rule's spot at the best use of holla in a hip hop song at the time. And it's just, it's it's catchy. It's a hit. The production is great. Missy knows how to just get people going. This song is again just with the video itself. It is iconic. It's completely iconic, more than iconic. KB, you had it at 173. Speak on, get your freak on it.
Yo, we never mentioned the Ja Rule song since we started this, have we?
We have not.
We have not. I have a feeling that one is coming up.
I hope not. But anyway, yeah, I ain't really got much to say on this. You see, I got it at 173. I just looked at this as another great Missy Elliott bop to really shake my ass to, dance with a girl, that type of thing. And I feel like Missy really delivers in that aspect. And now that I think about it, Missy definitely gave us a lot of club bangers. I can't remember a deep Missy song, but that's a conversation for another time.
That is a combination.
The one that she made about Aaliyah.
Which one
I don't even know what that song is.
What I'm saying, like a popular song that's deep. Like, I don't know of anything that she's done that's deep. Now, if she did something about Aaliyah, I don't think I've ever heard it. But yeah, I haven't really gotten that side of Missy, and I think that's probably, and I could be mistaken, but I do feel like that's the one thing we were missing from her. Something.
Take away all the pain. I would love you with Genuine the tweet.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna look for that. You said it's Take Away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go look for that. I might have heard it, I might not have, but either way, I haven't heard a song from Missy about Missy that was like deep and introspective. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at her for that. Don't get me wrong. I still think she's a great artist. This was just like another bop for me.
That's fair.
All right, Dylan, speak on it, and then when you're done, let us know which one you have at 45 and 44.
Yeah, I mean, Missy Elliott is just like one of the most charismatic MCs I think ever. Because like when you break down her lyrics and stuff, yeah, like Rue was saying, it's like she's not really saying a lot, but she has so much character to like how she rhymes and like all the like random onomatopoeia that she includes in her songs. It just makes it a really good time. And yeah, her and like Timbaland just bring the best out of each other. Like, yeah, I love the creativity that Timbaland always brings to his beats. Like when working with Missy specifically, like I love the hand percussion in this song, and yeah, it's just the whole thing has like a crazy like tempo to it, and just like that works really really well. And yeah, I'm not usually like a big fan of like hooks that is just the title of the song repeated over and over again, but this is one of the cases where it just really works and adds like, a lot of flavor to the track. Yeah, it's actually really tough as far as which one I prefer between this and the Passing Me By, but like I guess I'll go with Get Your Freak On, just because I think like I've heard it more in my life. I have more of a nostalgic connection. I think they're very equal in terms of quality, but the nostalgia kind of takes it for me. So I'd go with Get Your Freak On.
All right, so with that, number 45, Passing Me By the Far Side, number 44, Get Your Freak On. And Dylan, I'm going right back to you because we have another tie, sir. Another tie to go. We got to figure out between number 43 and number 42. And we're going to start with Lil' Kim and Lil' Cease, Crush on You. Whether or not you call this a Crush on You remix or just Crush on You, like it's the one everybody knows. But again, I'll start with you, give you some time, and then you'll hear about the second one. Speak on Crush on You by Kim and Cease.
That's tough. So this was this is like another one that there's two songs that I hadn't heard going into this. This was one of them. I can't remember what the other one was, so never mind about that. But yeah, so this is a new song to me. I think it was all right. Maybe it'll grow on me over time. I don't have like the nostalgic connection to it. But yeah, I think it was, a fun idea for a song. I mean, it's a pretty sweet depiction of a relationship like that. Crush on you. It's just, this person's got a crush. That's cool. I need to listen to more Lil' Kim. clearly, because I'm very uneducated. But yeah, as a song, it works. I think it's a bit high maybe for this, considering the songs that it's above. But overall, it's a good song. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it though.
Cool. KB, you have this highest at number 48, sir.
Yeah, it's the Queen Bee. I'm gonna tell you right now, for everybody watching, the Northeast bias is going to get stronger and stronger the closer we get to this top 10. Yeah, man, this was again. This was off of probably one of her best albums. Um, uh, which man, I tell you, getting old and having all this information, like it'd be hard to be remembering stuff sometimes. Hardcore.
Yes.
So I to this day could listen to that album from beginning to end, no skips. Um, she was really transitioning into a realm that people did not know they could go into, um, with hip hop. Um, I think um, I think after her though, uh, and I mean I guess it's weird to say, it just became a little bit more perverse over time, because everybody was like, well, this over sexualization of herself made her the person, like made her the phenom that she is. So I'm gonna grab that blueprint and do the same thing. But like, it was just everything else that came after that was just stepped on. You know what I mean? Like Lil Kim was the pure coke, and everything else after her was just stepped on. With the exception of Foxy Brown, there will be no Foxy Brown disrespect in my presence at all. Um, yeah, but you know, this whole Lil Kim, Notorious Big, Lil C, the Bad Boy era, that era was just pure fire. And yeah, this was just one of them songs that brought that heat, man.
Yeah. I have this at 89. This is my childhood. Like this era is when I started growing up, really listening to hip hop. I think this beat, it's nothing special, but it's fucking iconic. Like the use of the that and you just bop into it. And it is one of the most memorable choruses using Biggie. Like you go into a party. I know you see me on the video. All the ladies are going, true, every single one. Absolutely. And then again, we spoke on it before. We're gonna keep speaking on it. We've speaking on it all series. One of the most iconic music videos of all time. We have a friend who, when she was pregnant, she went viral because she did every single color in full, like pregnant mode. That was her baby pictures. Pretty sure Lil Kim got a hold of it. They retweeted it. She had the yellow, the pink, the blue. She had it all. And I think, you know what I think really, really blew it up? You talked about it. This is kind of one of Lil Kim's, at least at that time, low-key least provocative songs. Still provocative, but it kind of brought a lot more people into it with her and Lil Cease going back and forth about what they talk about in the relationships. And I just think the flow, the smoothness of the track, it's just one where you see your girl right over there, whether or not it's your girl or it's your home girl, and you just rapping this back and forth. Like I like it, and this is one. Lil Kim is one of the few female rappers, especially at that time, that I think there was no dude who wasn't cool with rapping her lyrics. They were gonna spit every single one of them, point blank, period. And I just think that this song, I'm gonna tell you, yeah, Dylan, a lot of it has to do with, and I'm not gonna say nostalgia as a bad thing, but when this song came out, everybody was yelling true. Everybody. And I think it's just a bop and a half. Kolby, you have this at 157, sir.
Yeah, and the 157, I'm not gonna say is like by mistake. My attachment to Kim is mainly that I had a crush on her, right? And I didn't want that to color that. Obviously, I was young, but the one thing that I can be able to vibe with, that this was entering in another kind of like branching of hip hop that evolved into the more flashy area, where we can be able to talk about how much money we're making and like how glorious and luxurious this lifestyle is because we make music, right? Where everything that kind of came before it, it was describing the effortless cool of chill music, of conscious music, of gangster rap, and this and that. And none of that seemed luxurious. It all seemed like an escape from a life. And these are the lessons that we learned. We're like, now we're kind of inside of this world, thanks to Bad Boy, no Diddy, like that, like essentially like glamorized how good it feels to be in this scene. And like, I was a youngster and I never wanted to go to a club so bad, because in my mind, I thought clubs were like the entire color palette. I want to go to the blue room and then the yellow room. Aaliyah's in the yellow room. That music video is fire. It's such like just a cool song. And like, that's what it feels like to be from up north. Like, I feel like motherfuckers who are born down south, y'all can't get that. I feel like your clubs don't look like that. Your clubs look like outside. Our clubs look like inside. And there's a difference.
I'll tell you, there is still slightly a little bit of truth to that, just a little bit. I don't know the last time I've been in a club like that, but when I first moved to Charlotte, it's not 100% wrong. It's not a bad thing either. Nowhere near a bad thing either.
It's just a different thing. That's it.
Yeah. One thing I will mention, Lil Cease was always, he's the first version of Meek Mill to me. The dude that, not Meek Mill, Memphis Bleak. I'm sorry.
I knew who you was talking about.
Exactly who I was
talking about.
You knew who I was talking about, not Meek Mill. Memphis Bleak, the dude on the side that is always with Kim, that always with Notorious, that when he gets on a song, you're like, this dude can spit. But then not enough that you really want to hear a whole album, but you're always curious. You're like, should he come out with something? And then if he ever came out with a song that was probably fire, the difference is Memphis Bleak had one song that really, even though it was his, it wasn't his, because Is That Yo Chick was Twista's, and it was Jay's, and it was Missy's. Though Meth did also have that one song with Serena and Venus in the video playing tennis. See, what I'm saying is, outside of this and anything from Junior Mafia, Cease never had his moment. But he was the dude on the side. He was he was Meth Bleak before Meth Bleak came out. And I always felt like, man, like, because I think he's spitting in this song. I think his flow is great in this song. I think his voice is great in this song. But he never got that chance. And I always wondered what he would do that chance if he got it.
Spliff Star is still the reigning hype man champion of the world.
Reigning. Always be. Will always be. When he got on yes, they did make it fun again. That's why it's so hard to deal with what's going on right now. But anyway, when Spliff got on, Baby Let Me give it to you. I was like, yes, he's rapping. He got a verse. Let's go, Spliff. Let's go. All right. So the tied with this, and I will say this, 45, 44, 43, and 42 were all separated by 0.33333 points. When we did the rank, when I did the averages, like Passing Me By and Get Your Freak On, like had an average of 98.33. Crush on You and Planet Rock was 98. So this was all right then and there. And I'll start this one. African Bambaataa and Soul Sonic. We're getting into this, and now with all of this shown, Dylan, you know what number 41 is. We're getting into the songs that are literally, you say anything top 100 hip hop songs of all time. There's no way that songs like this aren't on here. And for me, I always have been a proponent of you pay homage to the people who came before you, of the founders of the foundation. But you cannot or you should not be beholden to them. Now, what I mean by that is where KB has it at 17, I have it at 126, 151. Neither of us are wrong, not in any way, shape, or form. But for me, like when it comes to the foundational songs like Planet Rock, I don't listen to them as much. I think we took what that was and then we grew it into other things that I absolutely love. But there's no way this wasn't in my top 200. I just have it a little lower. because there was a point in time when I finally heard this song and I heard the beat and I was like, what the fuck is this? Let's fuck it. Yes. Just this feels like the pillars of hip hop with MCing at the bottom. This feels like breaking. This feels like DJing. This feels like graffiti. And then, all right, we also got MCs, but no, we gonna hit you with what we're playing for 6 minutes straight at the house party, at the block party. African Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force is the culture, 100% fully. And for me, Planet Rock is the showcase of what a DJ can do, of what a producer can do, of what this culture can do. And I absolutely love it. But it is lower. Like songs like these now start to get lower on my list as hip hop evolves from it and the MCing starts coming in and the lyricism starts coming in. But it's one of the greatest songs. It's one of the most important songs. This one and the one next are probably two of the most important songs in hip hop history. Point blank, period. So I'm gonna let Kolby go next, and then KB being the highest on it, I'll let you go and cap it off before we go to Dylan.
Yeah, yo, I think it was great that you like recognize the distinction between like to be able to pioneer something goes without saying. But I think that this particular song, while still it makes it my 200, like I recognize this more for doing more for breaking than it does for hip hop. And it's like, in a sense, it like I feel like as I'm saying, it's kind of diminishing it. But like I remember, like ripping up cardboard boxes and going to town on this because there's so much dimensionality to this song by itself. I have spent more time with this record without the rhymes than with it, if that makes sense. So like that's where I can be able to appreciate it. The lyrics can come and go, right? But like this is some otherworldly, like they were visited by aliens, and like was, hey, yo, we got something for you. Take this and keep your Indian headdress on. The fuck.
KB, speak on the importance we're trying to discuss, because I know it sounds like we're putting it down. We don't want to at all, but I left it last to show how important this fucking song is because it's 17 for you.
I mean, what we talking about here, and this is kind of like the importance of shows like this, is for those who don't know, for whatever reason, maybe it's a large generational gap, maybe you just never were in the environment that you were exposed to it, or you were just too lazy to do the research into the music that you're listening to, like the music history of the music that you're listening to. But this is why I feel like stuff like this is important, right? This particular song, Planet Rock, yes, it's not known for any type of lyrical prowess or anything like that, right? This came out in the era where, hip hop rhymes were rhyming style was more or less the same across the board with slight variations on tonality and stuff like that. I don't want to say it was. People today will say it's more simplistic compared to the hip hop music that came generations afterwards. Um, but this song right here is the blueprint of hip hop. This is the blueprint. The electrical, uh, the use of electrical tones and sounds, right? Um, like Kobe mentioned, the dancing that would happen with this, the graffiti art, like the same graffiti art that's sitting right behind Kobe right now, like all of these things was encompassed in this song. When you hear this song, you hear the original grassroots hip hop. This is what it is right here. Everything in culmination into one song. Um, and then speaking to like why you guys have it low again, because a lot of the times too, it's exposure, and it's a generational thing, right? Like again, if your parents, older cousins, whoever isn't exposing you to this, and this is why I keep telling people, um, like especially in the black community, we have to show the new generation what came before. That is our responsibility to do. If not, we don't know about these things, right? Like honestly and truthfully, like as we've been going through this top 100, that's always been in the back of my mind. Like, are we doing enough in our part of exposing the history of the genre to the next generation? You know what I mean? Because it's important, right? Um, but not going off on a tangent. Let me get off my soapbox for a little bit. Um, this song to me as a producer meant a lot because there was so much going on, so much transformation. Um, the beat was just hard hitting the whole way through, and I would listen to this the whole way through, like whether I'm working out, whether I'm cleaning, or whether I'm just in the car just riding around, I will bump this. Or if I happen to run into it, I'm going to listen to the whole thing. Like that's how much of an effect this song had on me. Um, yeah, man. African Bada, they were them dudes, yeah.
What was the song Common came out with that he just
Universal Mind Control.
I actually love that song. Yeah, I love that song.
I knew
Because
exactly
of
where
this
you're going.
beat.
This,
Yeah,
that,
because of this beat.
hydrostatic,
Yeah.
superstatic.
I love that song. I did love that song because of this beat. It made me pick this back up. I knew of the song, but it made me pick it back up and listen to it more. Dylan, was this the other song you hadn't heard before? I don't know, or is this one of the ones before?
Yes, it was. Well, I feel bad going after KP here because now because I am from the younger generation, and I hadn't heard it, and I respect the hell out of it. I think it's fantastic, like an objectively fantastic song, and like what it meant at the time is like, and it still means today is like incredible. It's a bit long. I feel like I don't know if. I don't know if it needed to be the at least the version I listened to was 6 minutes. I don't know if that's
6 minutes long.
Yeah, so it was like I don't know. I felt like it kind of dragged at a certain point for me, but again, it's like I can't fault anyone for putting it on their list. Obviously, I respect it a lot, and it's just I don't know. It's not one that I could see myself coming back to a whole lot, but it's definitely I think one that everyone should listen to, especially if they're getting into hip hop. So yeah.
100%. So with that, we have Crush on You and Planet Rock at 42 and 43. What would you put at 42? What would you put at 43?
I think, let's see, they're both kind of in the realm where it's like I respect them, but I don't know how much I'd come back to them. So I'd say because of what it meant for the time, I think I'd go with Planet Rock. But yeah.
All right. So with that, at 43, we have, as I'm saving that, Crush on You at 43. Then we have Planet Rock, African Body, Subsonic Force at 42. And with that, everybody on screen knows what number 41 is. Everybody who's watching has been waiting for the song to come up because there's no way the song is not on this list. But at number 41, arguably the song that started it all off, Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang. I had it at 131. Kolby had it at 129. KB had it at 29. KB, I'm gonna go right back to you, sir. You have it the highest. Speak on the first hit of all time in this genre.
Now, just to be clear, right? This was not a popular song amongst hip hop purists at the time. Back then, the people that were from the gutter that were bringing this genre, birthing this genre, right, frowned upon this song at the time because one, they felt it was too poppy. They felt it was too, was a Studio 54 ish, um, disco like song. They felt like it did not represent hip hop. But the importance of this song that people realized going forward was how marketable hip hop can be, right? You know, at the time, again, the people that were really of the genre as it was coming to the surface it was just culture, right? It was just raw culture. Nobody nowhere else in the world really knew of it, but a select few that happened to be in the city when this was going down, right? Um, so for somebody to come along and take a sliver of our culture and slap it onto this sugary substance over here and then present it to people outside of the culture as this new thing, and even kind of painting it like they were the first to do it when they weren't, right? um it had a good and a bad to it, right? Because like I said, it opened the door to other people who otherwise probably wouldn't have never heard of this genre of music to then be like, oh, hold on a second, what is this? Where's this from? What part of the world is this music pumping out from? Is there more of it? Can I get some of that? And whether they knew it already at the time or not, this would then bring people outside of the culture to come into the city and look and observe and then take it back to their respective neighborhoods in different parts of the country. That's how you start getting the hip hop in the West Coast and the hip hop in Florida and the hip hop in Texas and wherever else, right? They took it and they started molding it into, into to fit the narrative of the environment that they were in at that time. So this is a very important song to be on this list, and it should be high just off of that alone, just off of its influence, you know. So that's all I have to say on that.
Kolby, you had it at 129, sir.
Yeah, I mean, shout outs to the originators in a roundabout way. I feel like it's hard not to hear the song and think back to playing Vice City all the time, Grand Theft Auto Vice City over and over. Like, I just love it. I would have it on this specific station, and there's something that's really cool about it, even though that's that very like syncopation to the entirety of like every rap lyric, but like that was what was the expectation back then, right? And it absolutely is emblematic of its time, this kind of amalgamation of funk and disco and old school hip hop. Like, it was cool. I used to think that I thought the inspiration from the song came from Queen, then I like the kind of Queen was inspired by this, but I guess it was like the Good Times.
Good Times. Yeah, She's Good Times was the
yeah, and yeah, it's just one of those things where I knew that it would make its way into 100 somewhere. So I'm glad that we kind of have this system where even though it's outside of my 100, it's right smack down, exactly where it needs to be and celebrate against all those great classics.
Dylan, what about you, man?
Yeah, so this is another one where I think, based on what I said about Planet Rock, this is one that I should feel very similarly about. But this one, I for some reason don't feel the length of it. It sounded weird, but you know what I mean. We'll move past it. But yeah, this one I think works really well. I love the bass line, obviously. I mean, yeah, the second it comes on, it takes a second for me. I'm like, wait, is this the Queen song or is this the Sugar Hill Gang song? And then it finally starts, and I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, both are great songs though, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, I mean, yeah, its influence cannot be denied at all. It's like, yeah, even. Yeah, I don't have much else to add. Great song.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, the Good Times, yes, hilarious. Just beat their ass to Shoot Good Times.
Yes.
And when the mic serenading that ass for hilarious. Yeah, the sample, the Good Time sample is great. Very much like I mentioned it with Planet Rock in common. I love Def Squad's version of Rapper's Delight. Eric Sermon, Redman, and Keith Murray. Anytime I hear Master G, I always want to say Keith Murray instead, just because I love that version too. And if you haven't seen that version, just imagine Redman, Keith Murray, and Eric Sermon doing this song and doing it justice. I absolutely love it. Also, the other thing I think of, I always think of the Old White Woman and the Wedding Singer, because this is another one of those songs.
Hip to the hip hop, we're rocking to the bang bang boogie, the up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to me.
It's fucking everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. It is the one that kicked down doors. And KB, you're right. I always wondered, and I still wonder to this day. There's another thing I'm gonna bring up that talks about it. What the when Kool Herc and them started hearing this, and the originators of hip hop, wait, what is this? Why are y'all slapping this on this? But then oh wait, now I can go here and there, and now doors are getting kicked open. It's a crazy, weird, oxymoronic feeling you have to go through. And I always think back to every documentary on hip hop I see when I first learned that Grandmaster Caz actually wrote Big Hank's verse, and he did not get the recognition for that until he had to continuously bring it out. No, these are my rhymes that Big Hank took, and I wrote this for him, and things like that. It's always a bittersweet feeling of it's good to know now, but then man, I wonder how it felt. But yeah, this is the song. This is the song that should never not be on the top 100 hip hop songs of all time, point blank period. No matter how long we go from it, no matter how much hip hop evolves from it, this is the one that kicked in the door. This is the one that took the foundations, made it popular, brought it through, and then again, I don't know the history of it, but at least to my knowledge, at least from the outside, it brought everybody else with them too. Everybody was able to walk through the door with them in some way, shape, or form, even if they weren't the ones who were the first to really, really do it. And the importance of I find it great and find it right that in this set of 10, the top two in this set of 10 are Rapper's Delight and Planet Rock, because they are deserving of how important these two songs are. And yeah, there's not everybody knows Rapper's Delight. Everybody knows a hip, a hop, a hippie to the hippie. They just do. And with that, we have gotten through another 10. We are more than halfway through. We are getting into the top, into the 30s. Before we do, running back what our list from 50 to 41 is, starting with number 50. Again, I love that it's number 50. It feels just right. Baby Got Back, Sir Miss a Lot. I don't know when I'm going back to New York again, but if I don't hear Empire State of Mind again up to that point, that's fine with me. That's number 49. The one that I will hear again and again and again till infinity, 48, 93 till infinity. Again, sorry, Bar. They Reminisce Over You, one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time, number 47. De La Soul, which I'm very glad are on this list at 46 with Me, Myself, and I. Number 45, we're going to stop calling it the simp song, which I just said that just in case somebody did. I love it. The vulnerable side of hip hop, the great vulnerable side of hip hop were passing me by. Missy Elliott is everywhere, always has been, always will be, number 44. Crush on You is that iconic video, and Lil Kim at number 43. Planet Rock, Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force at number 42. And Rapper's Delight, we're hipping. We're hopping, we're hip into the hip hop. You don't stop the rocking at number 41. KB, Kolby, as always, thank you. Dylan, I don't know if you got anything you want to plug, anything you want to shout out. You'll see me and him on Multiplex doing movie trivia all the time. But let people know where you're at.
Yeah, basically what Amaru said. The Multiplex Entertainment, we do a lot of movie-related content there, from trivia to podcasts, that kind of thing. So if that sounds interesting to you, definitely check us out. But thank you for having me. This is a good time.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. And lastly, we will be back an hour early, but back on Tuesdays next week, 6 o'clock on the 22nd for numbers 40 through 31. But for Kolby, for KB, for Dylan, thank you all for joining us as always.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.